Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Teddy, again, and I'm back here not with a Software Development 1 class, but a Software Development 2. That is right, I am taking the second part of Valencia's software development program. So we will be posting more videos of us working through some of our software development curriculum, specifically for our Software Development 2 class. This is our first assignment, and we are tasked with creating a Java system that scans a folder's hierarchy and then displays that back to you in command prompt format. So before we begin, we're just going to go over the two main portions of this program, talk about a little bit about what they do exactly. First, we're going to start with our file system scanner. This is our main application class. Basically, it's going to act as the program or the main entry point for the program to be able to run the arguments needed to scan the file system here. As you can see here, we have some try catches in place just in case, somebody puts in a non-valid tree or arguments within that tree that may cause a path failure. The reason why I put this in is because I ran into a similar issue when I was trying to do another software development assignment. Specifically, wouldn't read the full path of my thing when I was working in shell unless I put it in parentheses. So I wanted to make sure that we're putting in all proper arguments the way that the system should be able to read the file system, not the way that the user thinks that it should read the file system. So we did put in a validating method right here specifically. If they don't put in a valid directory, it's going to kick out an error here. So this is the try-catch errors for that. It's also going to display messages while it's actually scanning the folders, because if, let's say you want to scan the World of Warcraft gaming folder as an example. Well, that's going to take a bit of time to parse through all the data and stuff like that to be able to display it in the command line interface. So we want to give them like a message letting them know, hey, it's scanning the folder, and from there it's going to start to let them know that it's scanned it fully and then what are the results of it. So this is what it's going to output here, is the scan folder. I do have the README also up for this. I posted it in Notepad right here, getting ready to push it over to GitHub, so it will be included with it. Basically, this is what we're going to see. Basically, once the program itself fully executes, we should see something similar to this within it. An example output right here as well to show you a different kind of scan folder tree. Okay. And this is just more about the folder size, like, if there are warnings where, like, it's got protections on it, you can't read the directory, then, it's going to give you a kickback, an error saying you don't have the permission to read the contents of that. Or not even necessarily the contents of it, but rather to explore that directory, So we wanted to put in a warning there just in case, you were trying to use this to access or scan a file system that has security credentials and encryption on it. Guess what? It's not going to break these, and that's by design. I don't want to, I believe that the first rule of security when it comes to programming is to always make sure that only the people who need access get access to your code. Okay, and these are some of our parameters. This is the node, which is the current node that it's trying to print. The indent is the indentation string, which grows with the tree's depth. So, give you example to go back to my little notepad here. This little indentation right here that drops it down to let you know that you're going further into the directory. And each time it does, it drops and creates a new indentation system. Since these are both within them, they contain the same indentation. However, since file system scanner is under the comps folder, there's an indentation here. So they're not the same, or they're the same here because they're within the same folder. This indicates that they're in this folder here, or this file, whatever, in this case a folder, is within this folder, which is in this folder, which is under this folder. We also have another parameter that just lets you know the size of the files in bytes. You know, when you want to display file information, if you're looking for an astronomically large file, let's say, you know, a corrupt file, but you don't know what folder it's in, but you know the size of what the file should generally be, that could also help you navigate and, you know, look at what you're, or try to find what you're looking for. Okay. Now this is our file node.java. This class represents a node in the folder tree. So this part of the program lets our file scanner, our file system scanner, know what a node is. It's essentially defining that so we can find it. We have some constructors here that I created called folder node. The parameter is folder name. For example, lets you know what that folder node's name is. These are our getters and setters here. As you can see, this is the folder node, but we're gonna get folder name, get file count, set file count, get total size, set total size, get children, etc. And these just mean children within a parent folder, not children as in running around offspring of us. Didn't think I have to specify that, but I also wanted to mention that. It's a subdirectory for all lack of intents and purposes, excuse me. Okay, so now that we know what our program does, or should do rather, the question is it going to do what we need it to do, and is it going to display it the way we want to do? Well, let's go ahead and figure that out right now. We're going to go ahead and compile this code here. And it's going to build, just take a second here. And as you can see, it does successfully compile because we are seeing now here where it is asking us to enter the full path to the folder we wish to scan. So bear with me here. I'm going to go ahead and just pull up real quick, see if I can't get that project. We're going to do the actual file folder for this project. So bear with me. Let me just get the full directory for that. User. For anybody who is aware or not aware, your user profile, you go to your user profile, you go to Intelli projects or IDEA projects, and then the folder will be there if you're using IntelliJ IDEA or IDEA, however it's pronounced. Okay, bear with me here. Tree. Right click properties. Okay. And as you can see here, this is the file path to my tree data folder structure program. It's a lot of words. Probably should rename the project to something simpler, but as you can see, this is the directory here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit enter. And as you can see here, the first thing we come across before we even get to the scanned data tree, we just want to go over, is it is in fact informing the user that it is in fact scanning the path that they had provided. In my case, this is the user's, my username, IDA projects, and then the actual folder that it's within. Now we can see how it lays out. Now, granted, it doesn't look as classy as it did in, you know, my notepad here with the little indentations, but the indentations are, in fact, here. That's what these represent within the command line interface. So as you can see here, for my tree data structure, we have a Git folder. And within that Git folder, we have a few objects here, which in the objects folder has children folders. And, you know, as a main part of our main folder, you can see here are some of the other children that come out of it. You know, we have our .idea.output, which has the production and the data tree files. As you can see here, it shows you how many files are stored within that folder and how big the file sizes is in total for that folder. As you can see here, as requested per the program. It successfully compiled. The code ran perfectly. It did ask us to enter a full path to scan, and it did successfully scan that folder, displaying the output in a tree format. Anywho, that was it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Ja matane!